Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are doing the soulmate reading for the week of August 24th to the 30th, and we are looking at Cancer today. Cancers, lovely water sign. We're going to pull out your two romance angel messages. Deception, alright, I believe that came out for Taurus, I think it was. Could have been Aries. And we have, it is safe for you to love. Wow. All right, so we have two kind of very different cards here. All right. And so again, we're going to wait until we pull out the spread and see what that really is all about. But in the meantime, let's just get out your animal spirit cards. Now, these will be the animal spirits that you may or may not be walking with this week. Animal spirit cards can represent a side of yourself that you're bringing out, a side of your personality or your soul energy that you are bringing out that resonates with that particular energy of the animal spirit. It can also represent a particular scenario that's coming into your life or a stage in your life, right? It can indicate changes in your life. Some animal spirits bring with them changes. Sometimes animal spirits can come in the form of others, so others may be resonating with a particular animal spirit. And so oftentimes this is not to say that we're being led by actual animal spirits, but this is also, you know, these animal spirits represent archetypes inside all of us humans as well, right? So we can find all of these attributes within us at certain times in our lives, all right? And so that's really what we're looking at. We have the snake, earth energy, beautiful. And we have the scorpion, fire energy, all right? Now remember, of course, the Scorpio in traditional Western astrology is associated with the water, the symbol for water or the element of water, because it is a water sign. But when we're talking about the animal spirit, that is the element that is embodied by the scorpion, we're talking about fire energy. And this is often another reason why Scorpios can resonate with a lot of fire energy. They can come off very fiery. Because there is that duality within the scorpion. And the snake, of course, is earth energy. So what do we mean by the snake? The snake is quite interesting. The snake kind of reminds us of who we are in a lot of ways. Snake energy is kind of when we need to remember sort of who we are in a way, right? What our potential is. The snake can indicate unawakened potential inside of us, or unawakened magic. It sort of guards that, right? And so this speaks to a deeper side of who we are. Sometimes it can take us a long time to sort of awaken certain sides of ourselves that are very integral to who we are, but we just haven't really gotten in touch with that side. And the snake is the guardian of that. It's the symbol of our highest potential. All right. Oftentimes it's associated with Shakti energy, which is at the base of our spine, the root chakra, the creative life force, dormant at the base of our spine. And so the coiled snake, again, in that way represents potential, right? Just as we think about energy, coiled energy being potential, and then once it's released, it's kinetic, it's awakened, it's manifest. And so it's time to tap into that, right? It's time to consider certain sides of ourselves that we've allowed to let slumber, perhaps, or that we've allowed to put on the back burner for the sake of other sides of ourselves. This could be an awakening of creative energy, spiritual energy. This could be an awakening to a more emotional variety, a feeling of being able to feel more emotions, opening up your heart, right? All of these are ways of tapping into our highest potential. And so the snake reminds us of that. It also guards that potential for the time when we are ready to tap into it. Now, the scorpion is quite interesting. This is fire energy. Scorpion is very much about protecting itself. That stinger will come out. It is a very regenerative creature. Of course, the Scorpio is always going to be associated with death and rebirth, right? But here we're also talking about the scorpion as an animal, and it can tend to be very competitive. It can tend to be isolationist, right? Tending towards a solitary life, very passionate. Sometimes Scorpion energy can also resonate as being a little bit more paranoid, more distrustful of others, ready to sting those, and sort of in a way ready to be hurt almost, right? And so the Scorpion comes out when we feel like we really need to be protected. They're also very career minded. So when I say competitive, we're talking about ambitious. The Scorpion kind of sets its sights on a goal and will not rest until it reaches it. And in this way, it's usually a goal that is a competitive one, right? Scorpions can sometimes harbor resentment. They can sometimes dwell on unresolved issues in the past. And so again, this animal spirit can come up at a time when we need to release ourselves from that, right? At a time when we need to accept that maybe it is safe for us to love and not to be so reactionary or not to be so ready to be hurt all the time, which can put us in a very edgy mood. It can put us on the defensive, and it can sort of emulate all of these characteristics that I just described in the Scorpion. All right, so let's get into your reading. You may or may not resonate with either of this earth or fire element this week, Cancer, or it may be that the person that is your soulmate is resonating with this energy. Oftentimes you may even resonate with a bit of both energies in different ways. So just take how it applies to you. Everyone is unique, and so these readings can't apply to everyone in the same way. So I leave it up to my discerning watchers to be able to, tie in these messages as they apply to your unique life and your unique person. Let us see what is going on with our lovely Cancers this week and their soulmate connection. We're talking about August 24th to the 30th. We want to see affirmations, reaffirmations, or warning signs. What are they dealing with? Show me. Remember, of course, if you want to get a private reading to look deeper into your situation, you can always do that. Follow the link in the description or at the top of the screen at the end of the video. It was also at the beginning of the video. My readings are conducted on Skype, face-to-face, but you do also get a video recording uplink that is a private uplink for you so that you can review the video later. And the uplink is recorded just the same way my readings are recorded so that you can see the cards and you can hear the reading and review how it went later on. Oftentimes I find that you can get a lot out of a reading also when you review it later on and you go back to it, okay? All right, guys, so let's get right into it, Cancer. Your person is identifying with Temperance, Sagittarius energy. All right, Temperance is all about moderation, isn't it? And so, beautiful creatures card, creatures deck calls this moderation. You are identifying with Ace of Cups. So a deep sense of love. Your person sees you as a Five of Wands. And so here we have some of the angst that is showing up in the romance messages, the angel messages. And you see them as transformation, 13, transition. Wow. Okay, your person sees the relationship as 15, habit. Okay, 15 is our traditionally the card for the devil, dependency. And of course, 13 is the card for death, right? Here we have, it's called transformation. And you see the relationship as a Nine of Cups. Interesting. All right, so let's take a look at that. So we're talking about untapped potential here, right? And we're talking about someone who may be a little bit secretive, bordering on deceptive, or maybe seeing deception around them. It could be that this message of is it safe to love could be because someone is really embodying the Scorpion energy and seeing deception around that. I can already feel a little bit of that coming out of the reading, but let's go into it. That a little bit deeper. Your person is resonating with Sagittarian energy, which is temperance. They're finding themselves having to moderate their feelings. All right. And so this is very indicative of Scorpion energy. It could be that they're feeling a little bit paranoid or unsure. And so they realize this about themselves. They're wanting to moderate this about themselves, temper their emotions, be able to handle a lot of the passion that's coming up inside of them. This makes perfect sense because you're also resonating with the Ace of Cups. And so for you, Cancer, this is a great new love. You feel very fond of this person. And so this could be a new connection, but you could be connecting with someone who has had a very difficult past, who has had a past that is causing them to be distrustful, to distrust their feelings, and so to have to embody temperance and to have to embody this kind of energy. Right? You could, of course, be dealing with a Sagittarius because 14 is the card for Sagittarian energy, but it could just be somebody who's resonating with this kind of energy as well, and they may not be a Sagittarius at all. All right? So I think that right away we're talking about somebody who is very your soulmate, and certainly this may be, I believe, certainly for you guys, this is a new connection. And you're dealing with a soulmate that's been wounded in some way. All right, I think they're trying very hard here, but I think they are wounded. They know they're wounded. How do they see you and how do you see them? They see you as a Five of Wands. Now, again, this is in line with this idea of rivalry. They may be feeling like they have to compete for your affections. This is a new relationship, I think. So, of course, if they're coming already from a point of view of having been hurt in the past, they could be very well identifying with, again, very strong Scorpion energy in the sense of competitiveness. They may be very competitive about who you are. Cancer, you may have a lot of suitors right now. You may be having a lot of people that flirt with you, that are around you. You may just simply have a large social circle. It could be as simple as that, but your person definitely is feeling like they have to fight for your attention. I think it could also mean that they feel a bit of rivalry with you, but I don't feel that sense, right? I feel like it's certainly something that you bring up in them. It could be that they're very jealous also. And so being around you kind of brings up these emotions of jealousy, which is again another reason why they're trying to certainly moderate their feelings and bring more of that Sagittarian temperance in. You see them as transformation. You see them as the Death card. You see a big change coming through them. Interestingly enough, again, this is so Scorpion. I feel like some of you may very well be dealing with somebody who's manifesting a lot of Scorpion energy, because when Scorpios come into your life as a mate, they often do bring with them transformation. This is something that is known of the sign. Again, the sign being separate from the animal spirit here, right? But the two do correlate a lot, and they share a lot of the same attributes. Even though we're talking about two very different energies here, they do share a lot of the same. And so of course you're feeling like this person will bring a sense of transformation to your life. Transition can also be that simply this relationship with them may cause you to have to change a lot physically, move how you live. These are very physical and real changes as well that you feel may have to come into your life as a result of trying to be with this person. Now, how do they see the relationship? As a habit, as devil energy. You see it as Nine of Cups. Again, Devil 15 is very in line with everything that we see here, because this person feels a feeling of losing themselves with you. I think they feel like they could really be hurt by you. They feel like this could be a dangerous relationship because they don't trust their own passionate feelings. If they are identifying with Scorpion, sort of animal spirit energy, then they feel that they can almost be addicted to you. In 15 here in Beautiful Creatures deck, we call it the habit dependency. But of course, devil energy can show up as codependency, right? You can see on here a figure that's really been beaten up, but yet is willing to come back for more, right? And so we're talking about kind of like, this person, you know, may be afraid that this is going to be, again, a relationship like this, because perhaps they've had a relationship like this, certainly in the past, right? A relationship that's really beaten them up. And I think they fear that here because they do have a lot of strong feelings for you. You may not be as toxic as the people that they are used to. And so in this way, you may be embodying the snake in a lot of ways in terms of tapping into their highest potential. I think it's almost as if you started a soulmate connection with somebody who is expecting to have the same sort of relationship they've had in the past. It's quite painful, but I think you're going to bring them out of this and change their minds about this, because you are absolutely not like the people that they have dealt with before. You see satisfaction in this relationship, 9 of Cups. So there's a lot of love from your point of view. And I don't see toxicity in your side or in your reading. This is a very clear-cut sort of message, Cancer, in the sense that you've fallen in love with this person. You see a lot of transformation in being with this person. You certainly have gotten a wish fulfillment in being with this person. But this is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle, because you're dealing with somebody who's emotionally kind of scarred in a way. And so they're going to react in a very habitual way. They're going to react almost as if the scenario has gone as it did before, but it didn't. You may need to remind them that, hey, look at what's happening here. This isn't the same as what you've been going through before. Like, don't assume that it is. Don't automatically react as if it is, because it isn't. And if you pay true attention to who I am, you know, and I'm speaking from your point of view, Cancer, talking to your soulmate, if you can get them to understand that from your point of view, that you are not, you know, you're not there to be a toxic person. You're not there to deceive them as they have been deceived in the past, and they don't need to have that stinger ready, right? I think that you will slowly start to bring them out of this kind of mode of behavior, and they will eventually come into the feeling that it's safe to love again. All right, Cancers, this is your soulmate reading for the week of August 24th to the 30th. And I'm going to stop this is the YouTube video. I'm going to stop right here. Of course, if you want to go deeper into this reading, you can follow me over on Patreon. And you can see the link at the end right here on your screen. And we will go deeper with some Thoth deck cards coming out, and also the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, pulling 2 Oracle cards, looking at how to handle this situation for the coming week. But if you stop here, I thank you so much. And if this resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. All of that helps me grow, and I appreciate all of it. Comment below, sound off on your experience, and let us know if you're going through something like this. Let the Bow and Arrow Nation know about it and share your experience. But for right now, Cancer, I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.